Hi, Paul again from Scuba Professionals of Arizona. A lot of you have seen the movie or are about to see the movie called Aquaman. What's cool about that is he's able to stay underwater virtually forever. We'll never be able to get to that point, but the reality is we can stay up to 4 hours. No bubbles, no noise, absolute silence except for a little bit of mechanical sounds from the rebreathers. Diving has changed, and it's changed dramatically. Few people have embraced it because it's kind of complicated, and that same thing occurred when we all started using nitrox a few years ago, and now almost everybody dies with that. The rebreather has changed. It's so more sophisticated than it used to be. There's probably 15 different models out there on the market today, but very, very few of them have the ability like the Poseidon 7. The Poseidon 7 has a series of alarms that tell you if it's not working correctly and makes it a safe unit. In the mouthpiece, we actually have a device up here that vibrates and lights up and tells the diver if anything is going wrong. And always in a rebreather, we dive with something called a bailout bottle, which is simply a small scuba unit that allows the diver to switch to if for some reason the rebreather has any issues. And if you maintain it, take care of it, and understand what it's doing, those issues are almost never going to happen. The other thing that's interesting about them is you use your same air over again, slightly to add the oxygen, and we absorb the carbon dioxide. The 7 has 2 oxygen sensors. You can even add a third one if you wish, that tells you if you're having any issues. And then we have a series of computers that tell you exactly what's happening and how everything's working. And you've got different levels of experiences with this unit by changing out the battery, which is actually on the back of the unit back here. And it starts out with a very simple battery that just normally it's sport diving and goes all the way to the black battery that allows you to do mixed gases and extremely deep type of diving. You still have some cylinders. One is a diluent, which is usually air, and the other one has 100% oxygen in it. Basically, you turn those on, that feeds the unit, and then you have the buoyancy system like you do on any scuba, and then you have the bladder. And the counter lung itself is kind of interesting because as you're breathing, the air goes from the lung back through the scrubber, which takes out the carbon dioxide, back into the lung again. So the air is being warmed as you're using it, and you don't get as cold. And it's really cool because as you're diving, like I said, there's no noise. Everything is very simple. It works smoothly. And if you go through the startup and the pre-test with the computers and stuff, which is all on board with the unit, it's very, very safe. So Scuba's taken a big change. You can get this unit, learn how to use it, get certified in it at Scuba Professionals of Arizona. We're here in Peoria, Arizona. Come by and see us, and have a great day.
The check valves in the mouthpiece ensure that the gas flows round the loop in only one direction. The gas passes through a water trap and an exhalation counterlung on its way to the back of the rebreather. At the back of a rebreather are 2 cylinders, one for oxygen and one for air or diluent. The pressure in the cylinders is reduced by the 2 first-stage regulators which feed gas into the rebreather. The canister housing contains a scrubber material that removes carbon dioxide from the exhaled breathing gas. The exhaled gas goes through the scrubber canister which removes all the CO2 exhaled by the diver. The 2 oxygen sensors analyze the gas and check that the oxygen content is at the correct level. Oxygen content is described as partial pressure oxygen, or PPO2. If the oxygen fraction drops due to the diver's metabolism or an ascent, the 7 will automatically compensate by adding oxygen into the loop. All newly added oxygen will be directed through the scrubber before reaching the diver. This gives the gases ample time to mix properly. Freshly scrubbed and refreshed breathing gas returns to the diver via an inhalation counterlung on the mouthpiece. After that, the breathing loop cycle starts all over again.